Today I'm sharing with you 15 offline games, and no, you tools. You download the game when you have internet connection. Then when you go into the forest or on a plane and you don't have Wi-Fi, then you play the games. That's how this works. So stay tuned for 15 of what I think are some of the best offline mobile games to play right now. To start out today's list, we have Pickle Pete Survivor with 1 million downloads and 4.7 stars. Pickle Pete Survivor is following the survival bullet hell style game trend. We have a lot of games that are out, and honestly, most of them are offline games as well, but this is the one that I chose for today's list. In this game, you are a pickle and you have to get through the different stages, upgrading your weapons as you go. Brotato is another example of a game just like this, and actually it looks quite similar if I say so myself. So, if you're not into the dill pickle taste, maybe you'd prefer a potato. These games are interchangeable right here at our first game on the list. Both of them are extremely fun, addicting, and are gonna make you just enjoy that offline experience a little bit more. SAS Zombie Assault 4. This one sits with 10 million downloads and 4.4 stars. Now here we're looking at another bullet storm style game, but this one is straight up top down. It gives you more of a tactical feel, and it also has more retro graphics that we remember from days of old. Like, I'm talking about 90s days of old. It being an offline game gives you an experience that's just a little bit more fun. If this was an online game, it would probably be a little bit lackluster, but being that we take it on the go, it gains a little bit of relevance that it wouldn't have had otherwise. It's a fun game, it keeps you playing over time, and it's something that'll kill time when you aren't able to get onto a game that you might prefer to play. Angry Birds Journey with 10 million downloads and 4.5 stars. You thought you were going to get away without an Angry Birds game on the list? I'm sorry, these games are awesome. They're so much fun, and being that you could take them offline, it just makes it an even better time killer for all of us. Angry Birds is a puzzle style game where you need to take your birds with all different abilities and knock down whatever it is in front of you, typically houses built out of stone and wood. These games have been around since the beginning of mobile games, and more just keep coming out over time, and they just continue the fun that we all previously knew from previous versions. I like this one. It's a good one to kill an hour if you're on the plane, and it's one that has great graphics as well, which is always a nice bonus. Cover Fire Offline Shooting. This one is mysterious. You'll be taking a chance on this one. 100 million downloads and 4.7 stars. What we're looking at here is a sniper shooter style game that really focuses in on you being a stealth player. I really like the whole stealth element of the game because it's offline. It's gonna make you slow things down and really focus on making sure that you're unfound and that you're getting the objectives completed. Remember, you have different classes you could play as well inside of the game, which add to the fun. Street Fighter 4 with 10 million downloads and 4.2 stars. Now there are multiple fighters that are offline, but I chose Street Fighter 4 because Street Fighter is one of my favorite fighting games of all time on console. It's going to give you an experience similar to what you experienced on console, but in a mobile edition. Definitely a fun game. It gives you that fit and that feel that you're looking for in a fighter, and it's something that's kind of enjoyable when you're trying to kill some time, even though you're playing in the offline mode. It's going to bring all the characters that you know and love from Street Fighter in the days of old, so it's going to have that nice old school feel to it. But the graphics are fitting what you're looking for. They look really nice, and they look like more of a classic Street Fighter game, which even back then were always pretty awesome. Galaxiga arcade shooting game with 50 million downloads and 4.6 stars. You know, I always did enjoy these types of shooting games, and they play really well when you're on a mobile phone. The touchscreen really helps you and makes a really nice gaming experience, maybe even better than what you'd experience if you were playing on a controller or on your PC. These games are bullet hell style shooters that have always been fun since you were playing on Nintendo or Genesis, and they still are fun today. Implosion Never Lose Hope, 5 million downloads and 3.6 stars. What we're looking at here is a brawler or a fighter style game that's taking place in an alien realm. I like the characters inside of this game. I think that the bosses are really fun, and the fighting is also, well, pretty fun. It's an action RPG style and feel that you get from this game, but they're calling this one a fighter. I believe that the boss battles are what really make this game stand out and what's going to make you come back for more. Again, an offline experience, so it doesn't have to be quite as up to par with something that may be a more online game. Hey, so far, if you're liking the video, drop down below and throw a like on it. Let me know that you're actually enjoying it. Into the Dead 2, 10 million downloads and 4.6 stars. Now, no, Into the Dead is not a brand new game. It's been out for quite a while, but it's one that I've personally enjoyed a lot. Essentially, what we're looking at here is an endless runner style game that as you're running, you're encountering zombies, which you need to auto shoot and take down as you go with an arsenal of different weapons that are provided by the game. The game's unique. It's also a ton of fun, and it gets very challenging at times. I like the auto shoot mechanic as well as the auto run mechanic, but you need to maneuver your way through all of these enemies and enjoy the weapons as you unlock them, because that's really one of the highlights of the game. Vampires Fall Origins RPG, 10 million downloads, 4.6 stars. If you're looking for an old school graphic style RPG, this is right up your alley. This is a turn-based RPG that is a lot of fun, and in this case, I actually do like the less modern graphics. It reminds me of something like a Castlevania, but a turn-based strategy style game. It's definitely fun. Also going to be another one of those time killers with some exploration elements to the game, as well as the battle mechanics that we all know and love from turn-based RPGs. Terraria. You know this one, 1 million downloads and 4.6 stars. Now, Terraria is not a free game. It's gonna cost you $5, but for something as a time killer that's the #1 game in paid games on mobile, I think it would be a very good buy. There is endless amounts of content inside of this game, tons of things that you could find, do, and enemies that you can battle. And as we know, the game has been around for a long time on console, PC as well, so this is the mobile rendition of it. $5 is a great deal, and you can't go wrong with this one. It's such a fun game, even if you're playing it when you're in your home with Wi-Fi but choose to play Terraria. Power Lust Action RPG with 500,000 downloads and 4.5 stars. Now for me, I choose to play Diablo Immortal, but Diablo Immortal does not have an offline mode, so if I were to go travel on the plane, I may choose to play something like this. It's going to give me that fix, that feel, that need for ARPG, but it has the offline mode available so that I can actually get that game session on. This is a really cool looking game. The graphics are not on point with current day standards, but again, it's a more simplistic style game with the offline capabilities. Definitely fun, and definitely something that's going to kill a lot of time and just make the clock spin for you. Bad to Bad Apocalypse with 1 million downloads and 4.2 stars. We're looking at another ARPG right here, or more of an RPG style game with some very distinct graphics. It's an atmospheric style game that has a lot of bullet hell action to it as well. You're going to encounter some cool enemies as you go, squad up, and just have a really good time as you really just demolish anything that comes your way. It's pretty simple in that way. Look at the map, get through the map, take down any enemies that are in your way, and then complete the map. Fun game, good time killer. Tap Titans 2 Clicker Idle RPG has 10 million downloads and 4.6 stars. I mean, in this one, the name says it all. It's an idle RPG style game. You have to do little playing of this one, more collecting and managing and upgrading of your heroes. Definitely a fun game in a vertical experience for you, if that's something that you're looking for. Again, fun, casual, nothing you spend too much time in. Dead Effect 2, 5 million downloads and 4.2 stars. Dead Effect 2 is another one of those zombie/alien survival style games where you are playing as the hero with some big weapons in a first-person perspective. Definitely a game that's not brand new, but one that has lasted for a long time, and it being in an offline experience gives you the ability to enjoy it more often than many other people would. The upgrades that you have for your weapons are also very cool and allow you to dive deeper into the game and take out more enemies as you go. By the way, the kills, they are pretty brutal in this one, so if you don't like blood, you may want to pass. SimCity Build It, 100 million downloads and 4.3 stars. So you're sitting on the plane, you're headed over to California, and you want to do some city building, some simulation. You want to get creative. Well, this is the game for you. Super simple, easy to dive in, create a whole world around you, and then manage the thing. Some people like that kind of stuff. I don't know. Stickman Survival Zombie War, another bullet hell game with 100,000 downloads and 4.5 stars. Like Pickle Pete from earlier on, this is that, survival style bullet hell game. It's Stickman's version of it. It looks really cool. Seems like it's a lot of fun. It's trying to go with trendy things like characters and Doge, but it does bullet hell well. Car X Highway Racing sits with 50 million downloads and 4.7 stars. And we needed a racing game on the list here today. Not everyone likes survival games or bullet hell games or hero games. So now you have one that's a racing style game if that's your thing. It's a really good one as well with great graphics, ease of control, and just overall fun and fast. If you like racers, this is probably one of the best options for you for customization and fun gameplay when you're offline. If you want to stay up to date on the best and most recent mobile games to play, consider subscribing to the channel because I put them out for you every single day.